It's time for some tailgate talk with Rodney Washington for the best football insight to get you right.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first official episode of Tailgate Talk. And what's the best way to start it off than to be here in Sylvester with Coach Hammond? I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. So how does it feel that, the people of South Georgia, over 100 votes, voted you for the first official game of the week, Coach?
That's good. It's good to have some excitement about football. I mean, for me, being a football coach, fall is always the best time of year. And in our community, we have a great community, and they're looking forward to seeing what we can do for them.
Speaking of the off season, how has the whole off season been for you? Going towards this week one.
Well, we're trying to get over the hump. We've had a couple of decent years, and it's time to take that next step forward. Compete for a region championship and get where we can make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know it's the early part of the year, week one. How does the heat affect like practice and the early part of the season? Since you've been here for a while.
Well, I mean, we acclimate all summer. It's not like this is our first 2 weeks being in it. The state puts guidelines on us of how much we can do with certain wet bulb temperatures. We give them plenty of breaks, and we're limited on time some days. Like today, we were 2 hours, and we've got to, when it's time to practice, we got to go and not be mentally weak and let the heat zap us out of it.
Yeah, I know the Nats, they're going to be out here, but what are some of the main personnel changes that was from last year to this year?
Personnel changes, I mean, we do what we do. We've got a solid core coming back. And that makes you feel good. We've changed defensive schemes and really emphasized on trying to go stop the run. We didn't do that as good as we would like in the scrimmage, but we found something to go build off of.
Speaking of players who coming back, Dante Fulton, the key wide receiver. I remember calling games last year. Can you speak on Dante Fulton, full transition of how he is last year going into this year?
Well, he's starting to be more consistent, and that's the key. The last couple of years, he's had games where he was really flashy, made a lot of big plays, but then there was times where there was a little drop off, and he still came home with his catches, but the average play, we didn't always get the best out of him. And this year, he's kind of turned over a new leaf and is doing a lot of things right.
And I also congratulate him. He committed to Georgia State, but I want to go to the defensive side. Sherman Smith, your key linebacker. I remember him from last year. Also, how has his game also been looking, from last year this year? Because I do kind of remember he was on the offensive side last year, also getting touches at the running back position.
Yeah, we had to really use him on both sides of the ball last year. We were thin at the running back position, and we had a good back, Caden Chester, but he couldn't play every snap and still be effective. So we used Sherman a bunch. This year we've been able to develop some depth at running back where Sherman can focus on being primarily on defense and playing key in our special teams. Sherman's got to play big. I mean, he's got to be the guy in the middle that goes out and makes a lot of plays and does things right and sets the tempo of our defense.
Speaking on the offensive side, you mentioned Caden Chester, 19 touchdowns last year. How are you planning on using him a little different? I know you just said that you're going to have more depth at the running back position. Will it be?
Well, Caden, when he's on, he has really good hands, and he's not just a running back. And we were able last year to give him a lot of touches outside the box via the throw game. Now with other backs that are key players, it's going to give us some flexibility to move him around if we need.
Yeah, I remember he did get a touchdown last year throwing the ball, but I kind of want to talk about the upcoming team going into this week, Turner County. I remember last year you lost by 1 point. What do you think is going to be the main difference going into this game from last year?
Well, last year we turned it over 5 times. I don't think we punted. We moved the ball really well, but we had drives in with turnovers, and that can't happen. And that was something coming out of the scrimmage I felt really good about, is we had 0 turnovers and we forced 3. Defensively, we've got to go out there and limit the big play. They had a couple big plays on us last year, and it was the difference in the ball game. And if we can make people drive, especially early in the year with offenses, they tend to self-destruct on their own if you just don't give them chunk plays.
So what do you feel is the energy of the team going into this week one?
Well, I hopefully they've got a little redemption on mine. It was a game that I think they felt they should have won last year and had chances to win, but did not play well enough to win. Turner, when it's all said and done, they played 4 quarters and we didn't, and they deserve to win that ball game. Hopefully, what our mindset is going this week is we're going to go play a team that wants to beat us, and we're going to play good to beat them.
So who is the leader of your team?
That's yet to be determined. We've got a couple good people that can step up and be that guy, but it's early in the year, and when the stuff starts going sideways and we have a little adversity, then we'll find out who our leader is.
So I'm going to let you lead with this question right here. Why do you love coaching football so much? I see the passion out there when you was out there coaching and everything, practice and everything. What gives you the passion and the drive to keep doing this, Coach?
It's all I've ever done. I've been in part of ball since I was in the 3rd grade. I was around ball my whole life because I had an other brother that was 7 years older than me. I was at every one of his practices. I was on the sideline playing in the dummies and doing all that. And when I got to a time to figure out what I was going to do, I couldn't find anything else I thought I was going to be good at that I would enjoy. So that part of it has always been driving, is that it's always been ingrained in my life, and it is important.
The best football insight to get you right.